Well, hey folks, this is Seven here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 19. I mentioned recently how much I hated these bunkers. So with all the silage sold, you can see we don't have a whole lot of money, but that's okay. We do have the other field, the other property I wanted to buy. We are, of course, stuck with this. Yeah. But that's alright. I finally got the Place Anywhere mod to load. Now that I can't afford to buy anything to place, but there you go. I had to change the name of it for Giants to actually recognize it as a usable mod. So, but we will think of something to do with this. I may, in fact, end up putting another silage bunker in there. Level this off a bit would be nice, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay, we just want to raise this part a tiny bit, eh? Just to smooth it out a little. Okay. And actually, it's wide that's the smoother, isn't it? Let's go to a different shape. Yeah. Let's see how that does. Let's go to a bigger plan here. Okay, that's not bad. Smooth these lumps out. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna call that good enough. Well, I suppose we could, let's actually go to, painting. And a bit of ground type. I want to change that. There we are. Nice grass. And that's the ticket. Lovely. Oh, come on, other way. See, it tells me I don't own this land. There we go. Okay, I like that. I think that will do. I think that will do quite nice. Alright, so much for that. Like I said, we will find another thing to do with it. We get a little bit of our field messed up there, but we will fix that. And we have another crop of grass ready to go. How's that for good news? However, this is where the excitement begins. Okay, we have the other property, and nicely enough, guess what? There's something useful in it. Sunflowers. I guess I waited long enough that the farmer actually harvested those horrible sugar beets, and has left us that. So we don't have any money to do anything with it at the moment. I know, big surprise, but here we are. We do now own this, and we will eventually move most of our gear, etc., or this will become an animal farm. Probably the latter, knowing me, but hey, there you go. Alright, with that said, though, as you can see, I am up to a very important task here. So, let's go. Let's go, man. Harvest them sunflowers. So, all in all, silage is a heck of a moneymaker still. You know, we haven't seen this good a money-making operation out of silage since FS15. Now, the problem, it's pretty broken. At least, I guess, as far as how the whole placeable thing. Now, both of the bunkers I had to sell. Not because I didn't have that much money left by the time I sold the silage, although truth be told, I didn't. I had to sell both of them. One bunker had 170 something liters of silage left in it, that even when I remove the bunkers, I still don't see it. You know, like there's no physical trace of it. The other one had over 200, and when I removed the bunker, again, it was actually physically under where a wall was. Now, I tried the in-game belts. I tried a modded belt. I tried a wheel loader. I tried a front loader. Yeah. I actually ended up spending about $40,000 of what should have been raw profit just to get the silos to function for 2 rounds. So, you know, I should be sitting right now at about 60K. And I'm sitting at 16. And that's why. Even after selling the other silos, the old ones, right? Because I had to sell the originals, that lost half the money on them. You know, the re-landscaping, the removing the concrete, blah, 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 blah. The leasing a wheel loader, the 2 different belt systems, the front loader. Yeah, I mean, by the time the smoke cleared, even though I theoretically had all of the equipment I should have needed to make a small fortune, I ended up spending, well, about 60K, about 20K of which I recovered. So, a net loss of about 40,000 that was completely unnecessary. So, yeah, I don't, and the silage doesn't behave properly. You know, when I was using the wheel loader, I misjudged the trailer, came up a little shy, and dumped, I think it was about 200 liters on the ground. It was, you know, a little row about the length of the wheel loader's bucket, and maybe a foot high. My great big dualies all-around tractor wouldn't drive over it. It would get, even though you could look clearly under the tractor, the hitbox on the silage is so weird that my tractor would actually get halfway over it and get hung up and start to pivot like it was sitting on the top of a point. And as I said, lots of clearance. There was nothing touching, right? The same thing, every type of tool I tried to use to get silage out of the bunkers picked it up from somewhere other than where the tool was. Even the belt, or the front loader bucket, rather than getting what was right in front of it, it was picking up a load of silage that was a bucket's distance away. You know, it was just strange. So there is definitely some willy-nilliness about the silage system, which, like I said, it's a heck of a good money maker. A heck of a good money maker. Well, looks like we're going to get through this row. Cool. Now, I think my pipe's on that side, so we might as well sit out here and just do that. Come on, Mr. Pipe. There you are. I can see your shadow. Lovely. How's this guy doing? Whoa, half maintenance and half fuel. Well, she's got enough fuel to do the next job, but I think we're going to want to rock the maintenance thing a bit here, so let's get that done, then we'll hook back up. Let's see what this is going to cost me. Repairs, yikes! Look at this sucker. Eek. How much? 1,000. Yes. Thank you. Wow. Really? For $1,000, buddy, you could have washed the freaking thing when you were done. Seriously, man. I guess tractor dealers don't do that. Most car places will. I mean, they'll give your vehicle a little bit of a, you know, a dust off once they've finished all the work. Not all, but some. Alright. Let's go do this. Oh, she's a noisy bug. Oh, you are turning. Well, if I'd have known that, I would have cut you off. Alrighty, here we go. Now, I think for this property to be really viable, if I'm going to keep it as a field, we're going to have to expand the field. Like, get rid of all this grass patch here. Drag the field right to the edge of the parking lot. Well, you know, leave the usual teeny bit for good stuff, but other than that, yeah, I think it would be worth doing that. Now, let's, yeah, that's not my best work. Not my best work indeed. So, considering that up until now, I've never really used the Massey tractors. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Decent bit of gear, this. Decent bit of gear indeed. A little pricey on the maintenance, but then, I mean, look at the size of this thing. You know? I'm sure she's takes a few bucks. Nice. Very nice. Okie dokie. Oh. Rats. Now I don't know if the lights are on or off. Okay, they're on. Oops. Huh. I thought I'd actually, yeah, let's get our pipe in. There we go. Hopefully this will bring us a little bit of money. I don't expect much. It's a very small field. And, well, I'm fairly sure if we checked, we'd find it doesn't have the proper things done to it. It's just a raw field. Like, I imagine we'll need to plow it, we'll need to lime it, we'll need to double fertilize it, etc., etc., etc. So yes, I am still going to cut all of the grass in the other bunker. Now, what I do with it is largely going to depend on how much money I make here. Yes, I'm actually willing to do more silage from it. Although we will be cutting the fields back into fields. There's going to be no more monster silage until I see a real improvement in it. So I may just take the extra grass around the edges and such and sell it. But, of course, before I plow the fields, I will be mowing them. I won't waste that grass. It doesn't go for a real huge dollar, but it's a pretty simple process. It doesn't cost us that much. Alright? So, I'll just do what I did last time, drag the windrower around behind the whole mower setup, and grab it with the loading wagon and run it out to the barn. It's only half the price of silage, but still, we should get several thousands of dollars in the long run. So, but yeah, a very good money maker. Also, broken enough to make me almost want to rage quit the game. I kid you not. Oh, I was getting so frustrated with all of it. But I wanted to try and work it out, just so I could, you know, see what the final misery was all about with it. Like I said, that seems to be an issue. The placed silos. And they were the in-game ones, by the way, not the modded ones. In fact, the modded ones that I found were reading errors in the Giant's logs, so I removed them. They're supposed to hold double capacity for half size or something like that. But, yeah, there was a few different errors popped up in the log, so no need for that. lots of mods to go around that are absolutely error-free. And Binks, if you're watching or listening, buddy, I really, really appreciate the offer to check out your Farm Sim 19 server. But, yeah, it's way too big a mod list, pal. You know, I mean, for instance, there's absolutely no reason to have 3 or 4 maps in the mod list. Okay, because keep in mind, anyone that wants on the server has to have every mod in their folder that you've uploaded to the server. You know, including if you have 4 or 5 maps that you've uploaded. We would all have to have those in our folder, even though we couldn't use them, obviously. You can only play 1 map at a time on a server. But, yeah. And what's going on with mine? Yes, I do still intend on grabbing us a server, guys. And, at the latest, New Year's. I'm hoping somewhere over the Christmas holiday, but we're going to have to see how it goes. I do still very badly need to upgrade my computer. So I'm trying to get that done, but I've already put you guys off once by doing the capture card. We all know how well that turned out. I can't use it now until I do upgrade my computer. Par for the course, you know. Doesn't look like we're going to be super prosperous on this sunflower harvest here. Well. It's going to make a part of the 181,000 or whatever the heck this place cost. So, yeah, I think I had 184,000 after I sold all of the silage. I mean, it did well, guys. I ended up, like I said, 260,000 liter, approximately, off those fields. Now, the pricing would have been better, but I'd already sold 100,000 liters or 80,000 liters, so the price continuously dropped. I mean, not severely. You know, it never even dropped by $1,000. It was a little less than that. I think it went down about $800 from the time I started. So, but still, like I said, nice and profitable. If I hadn't had to do all the faffing around, we'd be doing really well right now. I'd be planting a chicken coop on this property at least. As it is, we can't even afford the small chicken coop, so not great. Alright, I do believe with that, we should be pretty much on our last row. Nope, I'm gonna have to come back for some. Yep, just a wee bit too fat, even though it's rectangular. Well, I have been the first to admit every time that without GPS, I couldn't drive in a straight line on these fields. No siree. So, here we go. Last bit. Brilliant. Okay. And let's get that pipe out, man. Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, I'm a little close with that pipe. That's right. Only the very tip of it actually fits over this gear. There we go. Perfect. Woo. Yeah. Pretty tiny harvest, but like I said, I can always take this field right to there. That's going to add 50% more to it. So, alright. Check it out. Okay. Alright, well, let's see where our best deal is going to be for sunflower. I see $13.95. That looks like it, eh? Grain mill, we are off to the grain mill. Grain elevator east. Where are we here? Ah, the grain mill. Okay, dokie then. Oh yeah, this is that one that's way up on top of that hill. I had a trouble hauling that one. This is where the guy wanted me to go for that contract I had to deliver out here. And the tractor was a little bit underpowered, I'm afraid, for the load we were carrying. Made for a bit of a, well, an interesting trip every single time, I'll tell you that. Let's go back to our small map. Back on the road here. So I do really appreciate all the support the series has been getting so far. It's nice to be getting more than 50 views on farm sim videos again, I must say. Okay, I believe, is this not it? Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, look alike to us. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. The grain mill. Lovely. Almost came up a driveway too shy. Alright. So you guys are offering the big bucks. How much do we really have? Yuck. 6,500. Well, still, this is going to be pretty good, actually, at over 1,000 a load. Or 1,100, so... Let's see how we do. Ooh, $9,100. Dang, that was pretty bloody good, wasn't it? Pretty good indeed. That's really making me think now that I might want to, might want to expand that. Although we do have those other two. Let's not go crazy on the new property here for the moment. These tight corners with these guardrails, man, what a menace in big gear. If you have traffic come the other way, they'll actually wedge you in there. Like they'll come in too close to your whatever you're towing for you to get it past them. And then, of course, because your tractor's right stuck between the railings and the next vehicle, that's it. A couple of times now I've had to actually quit out of the game and come back in, and then you've got that little grace period before the AI traffic catches up to you. Yeah, once it wasn't even enough. I didn't even get all the way around the corner before the traffic started just piling into me. So, yeah, it could use a bit of a tune-up. Now, I mean, I know we could turn traffic off, but, well, don't really want to do that. Alrighty. So, here we are, back at the new field. Cool. But that's not where we're going to be staying. I have to go back to the other property. We have a lot of work to do there. I think I can leave the trailer here. Dee-dee-dee. Good. Away we go. Alrighty. Here we go. Once more. Once more into the breach. Indeed. Okay, let's grab our window. Hello, Mr. Machine. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's what happens when you grab the wrong gear, I'm afraid. I didn't want quite that much angle because I didn't want to rip it right against the other machine, but as it was, probably did more harm than good anyway. Alrighty then. Can I still squeeze out of here? Oh, not quite. Now, if we jump this curb, boink, 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 boink. There we go. No problem. Now, let's go down. Start way down at the far end. Could have just gone around, I suppose. Okay. Now, it's kind of hard to judge where these freaking fields are, man. I can only assume this is the actual border of the field, so. Alright, we'll start with you. It's actually a little further over now that I can see it. So we're going to start about there. Let's lower it down. And we'll turn her on. Let's go to the next one. Do the same. Fold. Lower it down. Oops, it was down. Okay. And turn it on. And let's go to the windrower. Put her down. Light her up. You do not have access to this land. Oh my god. Okay. I don't have those front mowers down quite, do I? Oh, they're just not on. That's not good. Dopey. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think this one is a little... Oh, I did not mean to do that. There we go, that's all I was trying to do. Well, guys, I know this isn't the longest episode I've ever done, but you can see, I think, pretty much where I'm going here. Yeah. I'm going to cut as much of this down as I can. Where the heck's the end of the field? Oh, I'm already past it, aren't I? Yeah, long way, boy. There we go. That's where I cut the last time. I've actually gone one strip higher. Oh well, that's alright. I mean, I own this property. I might as well make use of it. So, but, as I say, that's going to do it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Not quite as bitchy and moany as the last one. So, that's got to be a good thing. Alrighty, I've managed to get it up to the half hour with my inane chatter. There you are. What a YouTube pro, eh? And with that foolishness aside, that's going to do it for today. So, take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.